Hello and good evening. Today is 4th of August and this is the trade plan for 5th August, Monday. Has Nifty made a top at 25K? Has Nifty finally made a top at 25,078, which it did on 1st of August? Is that what Nifty has done already? Hmm. I think let's try to analyze this vis-a-vis what has happened. This will be a little longer video. थोड़ा सा आपको पेशेंस रखनी पड़ेगी मेरे साथ आज डिफरेंट तरीके से देखते हुए मंथली चार्ट ओके वीकली चार्ट look weekly chart for nifty forget bank nifty right now weekly chart for nifty it's closed at 24717 while the low is 24686 very close to the low. Let's look at the daily chart. Do you see a gap down here? We experienced a gap down on Friday with very little recovery, and that was sold out. So it opened here, made an attempt, and then it fell down and finally closed somewhere here. What does the meaning of a gap down? Please try to understand. Gap down hota kya hai? What is the psychology of a gap down? The psychology is I don't want to buy anything. Whatever I have, खरीद लो मेरे से. Please buy from me at whatever price. I want to go. I want to exit. If that is the scenario, and even in the daytime, the gap could not be covered. The gap existed by the end of the day. In fact, the day closed at the lowest point of the day, almost. This is definitely bad news for bulls. See, anything can happen tomorrow. We can see a gap up, flat, gap down, doesn't matter. We should be prepared to trade irrespective of whatever the market does. However, what looks like from the fact that this gap was created and never filled is that no one is interested in staying in the market. And I have been flagging this in Bank Nifty for quite some time. Sorry, in HDFC Bank for quite some time that there was a massive gap up, but after that there was a gap down, some kind of an island reversal, and there was a gap down here. If you see HDFC Bank daily chart, there was a massive gap down here, and these gaps were never covered. This these gaps were made on 3rd July and 5th July. एक महीना हो गया है. Smart money has been exiting for the last 1 month. Nifty has been making ATH after ATH, all time high after all time high. And all the gullible investors have been asked to, put in their money and stay invested, blah, 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 blah. What is the second hint we got? Reliance results and Reliance opens gap down on 22nd July. 22nd July say the last trading day was 2nd of August. No intention to cover the gap. It did form a base, it did recover a little bit, but recovery nahi aayi. The gap still exists in the top two stocks of the market. इसका मतलब ये है nobody wants to stay in the market. They are saying take whatever we have at whatever price. I want my cash. This means you and I, the retail investors, will be stuck for some time as it looks. Now look at the third largest stock of Nifty and the second largest stock of Bank Nifty. What is it? ICC Bank. Gap down. All earlier attempts were failing despite making brave attempts to go up. It went all the way up here, but came down. All attempts failed. One, two, three, four red candles and four failed attempts. Followed by a doji kind of a candle, completely indecisive, long wick on upside and downside, but sitting on gap down, and the gap was never covered. Why these stocks? FIIs, DIIs, fund houses, mutual fund houses, pro desks, and retail traders. But the smart money is saying that we do not want to hold the stock. Top three Indian stocks means exit शुरू हो चुका है. The only exception right now remaining is IT. Specifically, if you see the Infosys chart, it is sitting on a gap up that it created on 19 July. However, last few days there has been a consistently down move. So there was this up move um, which ended below, another indecision day, and another indecision day, and then a gap down. Do you see a gap down here? Do you see a gap down here? Look at this. It ended here on 31st July, opened here, gap down, but it smartly managed to cover the gap, fill the gap, fooling most of us, right? What has happened the next time? Yesterday on Friday, another gap down, filled the gap, and closed here. If you're still bullish about the market, I don't know what to say to you. I'm not. And we have very specific set of scientific rules basis which we take the decision. But before that, there was a Fed meet recently, and Mr. Powell decided to, give a dovish commentary. The interest rates will not be cut right now, but they may be cut in September, depending upon other macroeconomic activity parameter. Everything was hunky dory. Suddenly, the next day, the Bank of Japan decides to hike the interest rates. The Japanese banks are normally known to not have a interest rate on the borrowings. Typically, it's about 0.1%, 0 to 0.1%, almost negligible nil. They have decided to, in order to control the other macroeconomic parameters, they have decided to increase the interest rate to about close to 0.25. That from 0.1ish to 0.25 doesn't sound big, but consider the fact that in the last 3 decades, we have not seen Japanese banks increase the interest rates. That's a shocker because people used to people used to borrow the money from Japanese banks, invest it here and there, and make money and return the money to Japan. That's not going to happen now. Nobody wants to take that risk considering it. Dow saw a big fall recently and it has again fallen a lot. Talk about the crude oil prices, capacity, talk about the PMI data, talk about the Hamas leader getting killed in Iran, and a lot of conspiracy theories, and Iran getting very annoyed with Israel, and Israel getting a backing from the Abraham alliance, and expecting US to support, and US puts in some of their biggest sea ships in the area, Middle East. They are expecting the war to begin on Monday because Monday happens to be some day which is an important date for Israel. So they want to have a counterattack on Israel. Do all this analysis. कर लीजिए अपना analysis. The analysis has been done long back by the people who have exited the market. Chart patterns are telling you something is wrong. I've been flagging this continuously that HDFC bank has not been able to cover the gap down. What is wrong? Something is wrong again and again. इसीलिए price action important होता है. That is the reason why you should watch the price not watch the news. News will appear at the right time. And then you will analyze as if you are the expert working with the International Monetary Fund. Hey, come on. People have done all that. They have moved their thousands and thousands of crores out. That's why the gap. You want to track news, you want to look at what is Dow doing and what is this doing and what is that doing. All that you need to do is watch the price action. I have never been bullish about the bank nifty. Many of you have been, still arguing with me or wanting to trade bank nifty on the call side. Well, some days it will work, maybe as an exception, but by and large, bank nifty is really weak. Don't want to see? Agree with me? Don't agree. Let me show you with evidence. When was the last Bank Nifty all-time high made? It was made on 4th July. 53,357.7 was the ATH on Bank Nifty. How many days have gone by? Look at this. Till Friday, the last traded when we had the trade was on 2nd of August, Friday. 29 calendar days and 20 trading days back, Bank Nifty made a high. Why? HDFC Bank में gap down and a baba. Please try to understand. There is, if HDFC Bank, which is the biggest bank, if it doesn't move, how can Bank Nifty move? Something is wrong here. For the last one calendar month, something is wrong here. And you are arguing with the market saying Bank Nifty is very strong. I would trade only Bank Nifty because I'm used to trading in Bank Nifty calls or puts or whatever. करो, नहीं बनेंगे पैसे. बैंक निफ्टी में पुट में पैसे बनेंगे, कॉल्स में नहीं. Bank Nifty the puts will fire like a rocket when the market starts going down. And then you will be sitting in Nifty puts. Arey Baba, Nifty is still better. Now, though, even Nifty is looking weak. Well, now, when was the all-time high made for Nifty? Just recently, on Thursday. So Nifty had not been giving any hints, but Bank Nifty had been telling us that there is something wrong in the market. Please think, if possible, go back and view this recording again and understand what I'm trying to say. Now look at what happened post the election results. Let me zoom this in for you. Nifty. This was the day the exit polls came out and the market had a massive gap up. All was well. The trend was up. Suddenly. This was 3rd June on Monday. And on Tuesday, when the actual count started coming in, there was a gap down and a massive down move. कितना बड़ा down move था? Let me show you and let me remind you. This down move was, the candle size was 1898. That means 1900 points in in Nifty. 2000 points almost. 102 point कम कर लो उसमें. 2000 point Nifty moved down in a single day. थोड़ा और होता तो सर्किट लग जाता. From there, from this day, 4th June, we had a gap up on 5th June. It closed here and it opened here and kept on. After a little bit of fall, it kept on going up. और ये 39-40 days चलता रहा है. If you see, this up move has sustained from 5th of June to 1st of August. 39 bars. That means 39 days. If you take it from the fall, it is 40 days. Calendar days, otherwise 39 days. 57 calendar days. 2 महीने के बाद, the trend has changed. Were you able to take a put trade over the weekend? Many of us took. because we trade scientifically. We've got rules, and if those rules are satisfied, we enter the trade eyes closed. Why? Because we know very, very likely it's going to work. But you do not want to learn, it's up to you. Here are the very simple set of rules. We are in bear zone. That's the hint I can give you. The elite group, many of them are sitting on puts. Gap down, many of them are actually making money. What is likely to happen on Monday? Monday को tomorrow, 5th. Monday को क्या होगा? Well, as I said, theoretically it can be gap up, gap down, flat, whatever. But my gut feel says, basis what I'm seeing, and by the way, it's a massive gap down. And what is the gap? We know the gap was where is the gap? Okay, let me plot it again. From this low to this high, this is the gap. So from 956 low to 851 high, कितने पॉइंट हो गए? 100 से ज्यादा है, 105 पॉइंट है कितने हैं? निफ्टी में this gap wasn't filled during the whole day, which means no one is interested to get into the market. अब कोई नहीं लेना चाहता. We were able to almost catch the top. My gut feel says tomorrow we may see 24,576 or at least a red opening. It could also be gap down, but there could be a possibility of a recovery during the day. What we need to watch? We need to watch two things tomorrow. If it opens at 24,576, then that's likely to act as a decent support nearby. It can be here and there a little bit, that's fine. But in my view, the downtrend the swing could last almost down to 24,100. 24,074 is this low that was made on 23rd July. Very close to that. So 24,100 or so is what I expect this swing low to go. It may or may not, but this is the expectation. ऐसा लगता है. For tomorrow, if it opens here or somewhere in this region of 24,576, possibly we can see a bounce back where people will be booking profits in their shorts. That is not bull move resuming. For me, the bull move will resume if we make a new all-time high. बहुत दूर है अभी दिल्ली. It's closed somewhere here and all-time high is here. So if market manages to move from wherever it has closed on Friday, 360 points, only then, and close above that, only then I will say bulls are back. Otherwise, bulls are not back. This is entire bears. This anything below this will be a bear zone for me. And below what? 24,686. Why more of this interpretation? Because if you see the weekly chart, it is not negative yet. अभी तक तो नहीं. So first thing you need to observe tomorrow is where is the first hour candle closing? First hourly candle closing. Second, where is the close of the day? Where is the daily candle closing? If we start moving down below 686 tomorrow, further fall is inevitable. We will see more exits from the system. Logically, we should see more exits from the system, but market is market. It has its own mind. कुछ भी हो सकता है. We should be prepared to manage our positions. So after falling somewhere here, there could be a bounce, and tomorrow's high can be crucial for the next few days to come, maybe weeks. I don't know. It all depends upon few things. The elite group knows why uh, tomorrow's high and low will be important, and why this could be a day where the direction could give you a confirmation of change. Right now it is changed, but we will get a confirmation of change on daily charts. Well, having said that, अभी तक बैंक निफ्टी ने kind of मैनेज किया है cost to cost. Nifty is the one who's shown massive weakness and started going down, but अब हो सकता है कंपटीशन हो जाए कि कौन ज्यादा नीचे जाएगा. What do I expect Bank Nifty to do? Bank Nifty could probably take support around this level, 440 or so. Sorry, 50,440 or so, and eventually hit 49,717. This is a level I've been showing for last many days. I mean, since last week itself. And I said this level could be seen, may not be immediately, but in the next few days. And this is what has happened. So after, making an all-time high, it's come down with a gap down here on 5th July, and then it struggled to remain in this range, going up, gap down, gap up, gap down, or whatever, and consolidating here before the consolidation breakdown happened. Then there's a gap down here, then there's a gap down here, then the gap was filled, then the market moved up, showed us the positivity, but 52 broadly and specifically 51 700 plus minus 100 is what I said in the last time also, has acted as a clear resistance. If you could see, this is 51 700 and this is 51 800 approximately, and this is 51 900. This has remained as a resistance. Now what? 51 500 is likely to become a resistance now. And if this falls from 51 500 to 49 700, आप ही देख लो कितना बड़ा fall है. If we get this could be a fall of 7 800 or 1,000 points approximately. It depends upon where does it make an interim high, or if it has already made, then wherever it has closed from here to this place. Now, is 49 700 the final place where it will stop? Unlikely. Unlikely. It could go down. It could have an intermediate stop at around 49,000. It could even go down to 48 500. I don't know. That's far fetched. Let's not talk about that. But for tomorrow, the market looks pretty weak. ठीक है जी. Uh, what did I do? Okay, it's here. Hourly charts, much more clearer. This is the low that was made, 775. From 775, it has gone up to 2578. 303 point. Let's say 300 points, and let's look down 300 points, and you will know exactly where is the first support expected. Let's keep it here. 24 470 or 480 is possibility eventually. And if it comes, we might even see 24 400. As I said, I'm looking at a possible complete retracement of the upswing right from 74, giving you an approximate idea of 24 100. Why am I saying this level of 24 480, or broadly let's say 24 500, is because by that time somewhere this 200 EMA will also start playing out, and market can take a possible support and do an intermediate bounce before deciding whether it has to go up or go down. Looking at how markets are in terms of being overheated, if I can bring in the indicators, yes. I don't know. This can be visualized, but the support comes at multiple levels. So this is one support 21 to 76 or so. And if I can just bring this up for you. So 24 100 I've already indicated, 24 129 100 ये हो सकता है. And from the place where the up move started, if this is if this is a very long down move, then the first support comes at 22,604. Second one comes at 24,780. Third one comes at 21,130. These are all theoretically calculated, mathematically calculated levels. But more important is the cuts could be deep. That is what I'm saying. This is a monthly chart, by the way. That's what I'm showing right now. So I think basis this, the turbulence looks like staying for a couple of quarters. The US jobless numbers report, etc., etc., shows the increase in joblessness, which means there is no manufacturing activity as per the PMI. So there are no factories working. Not many people are employed. More people are looking for unemployment benefits, social security benefits, etc., etc., which means, and there are even दबे मुंह से बातें कर रहे हैं. There are slight murmurs that US could be in recession, and US is busy doing what? Supporting Ukraine, supporting Israel, supporting Taiwan, supporting who else? God knows. All their economy is war-driven economy, which is now straining to the seam. And unless until something drastically good happens, I'm not expecting great outcomes in the next 2 quarters at least. Because if you see the quarterly chart, you'll realize we have been going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 quarters, actually, almost post COVID. There's been a non-stop up move, and there has to be some bit of profit booking somewhere. Some bit of profit booking somewhere. And that is only legitimate. So whether it happens at 22,604 or 21,780 or 21,130, होगा तो सही. कहीं ना कहीं तो profit आएगा. So that is why you have seen people exiting HDFC banks and Reliance of the world from the Indian market. There have been exits from the other markets also, whether it is Hang Seng or Kospi or Nikkei. They're all down, and I don't know what is the status right now. Let me see. Well, Nasdaq 2.38, S&P 1.8, Hang Seng 2, Kospi 3.65, Nikkei 5.81. जापानी बहुत डरपोक होते हैं यार, वो छोटी सी बात पे डर जाते हैं बहुत ज्यादा. DAX, Europe is 2.33, CAC 1.1. You know, and crude oil also going down. This is crude oil future. Sorry, this is not crude oil. So dollar index 103, USD Japanese yen. Another thing that you should track: USD Japanese yen. This is the impact of the Bank of Japan giving uh, the verdict to increase their interest rates. Look at this. This is not a 3 month. Let me put it in monthly first. You'll see last 2 months people have been sensing that, and this has moved like this. This is the entire month of July. If you see the week, you'll see last 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. 4 weeks market has been, this dollar Japanese yen parity has been going down. कुछ तो है, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. It can also fall down to 140 levels or so. USD INR has been going up. Anyway, you either track all this and become an expert in macroeconomics, global economics, do a PhD, or just follow the price action. What's easier and simpler? This is easier and simpler. Just follow the fact that where is the market opening, where is the market closing, what is the high, what is the low, what is the height of the candle, what is the height of wicks, upper wick, down, lower wick. A lot of things get clear automatically. Anyway, I'm done for the day and explaining you what is the background. But the price action isn't very happy, and while we may have a um, technical bounce tomorrow, whether it is on open when it opens gap down or during the day or by the evening somewhere, there is likely a possibility of market trying to recover somewhere. And do not mistake that as the bulls are back. The bulls will be back above all-time high, not before. That you need to understand. I'll be watching these levels as I just said. You may also keep a watch. We will see where we have to book out our profits. At this moment, we are very happily sitting on the puts, and we know decent money is on the table sooner, if not later. For more details, fill in the um, Google form. If you really want to learn, there are two types of people who will learn after burning their money and wasting their time. The other will be smarter. They would learn from somebody else's mistakes and save their money and start making the money. You decide which group do you belong to. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Wish you a green day. Bye bye.